Keith Grinke here from Top of My News with Louis Fisette, bantamweight, fought last night at AFC. Congratulations on your big win over Brent Faria.
Yeah.
So semi-main events. Why don't you talk about the win?
It was somewhat bittersweet. I mean, as soon as I won, the first thing in my mind was, well, great, I won. That kind of gives me a little bit of relief. Then it was Curtis. Everything was on Curtis at that point. So I left the cage, sprinted to the doctor's room. Brent was nice enough to let me go to the doctor first, so I got that done real quick. Sprinted back barefoot to the warm-up room. Luckily, they hadn't started Curtis's walkout or anything yet, so quickly got changed, put my WAMA stuff on, and was lucky enough to corner Curtis. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, the win was it was a great win, but I mean, it was just kind of so fast into Curtis's fight, I didn't have time to even enjoy it, really.
Well, let's talk about it a bit. So you come out right away. I think you put your shoulder into Faria's gut, and you go for the takedown.
Yeah.
And against the guy, Lakehead, university wrestler.
Yeah.
What was with that?
I like challenges. I mean, tell me I can't do something, I'm going to try and do it. And everyone's like, he's a good wrestler, he's going to try and put you on your back. And I figured, eventually I'm going to the ground regardless, so why not be on top, right? So I thought about throwing a right hand. I don't know if I rushed it and just kind of clinched him up real quick. I mean, his wrestling was good, obviously. He threw me in my head real nice. Ended up on top, and my jiu-jitsu, Curtis Brigham jiu-jitsu, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So I just started working the triangle instantly, and luckily enough, I got it on real quick and ended it.
Yeah, and usually we see the left hand ending fights. You finish Monroe and Wilson with the left hand, and we didn't really see the Fist of Fury this time. It was just, you were on your back, and so you think it was the triangle that finished it, or the armbar? I know they said a armbar finish, but you think it was the triangle that did it?
Yeah, I mean, I locked the triangle on, and I thought it was relatively tight. I mean, it was an odd angle, but it was pretty tight. I have relatively good triangles, so I figured it was tight. I could see in his face it was slowly tightening up. And I saw him about to tap, and I mean, as he started tapping, the arm kind of straightened out, so I went for the armbar at the same time, and I think it was, kind of half and half, give it the triangle or the armbar, whatever it may be. I think it was a little bit of both, really.
Fantastic win, and, probably the shortest title shot in the history of Canadian MMA anyways, where, you finish the fight, you're the next up for the, bantamweight title for AFC, and, 4 rounds later, Curtis Brigham wins the title, and you're not going to fight your coach. So, Talk about that. Is that kind of bittersweet for you?
I mean, a little bit, but really, other case scenario is Mike Adams beats Curtis, and I don't want to see Curtis lose ever. I mean, I consider myself a team player. I'm in it for the team. Obviously, it is an individual sport, but it comes down to, I mean, I started with Curtis 4 years ago, and he's been everything to me. He's like my second dad, basically, best friend I could possibly ask for, best training partner, coach, whatever he is, manager even. And I mean, I wish the best for him. I mean, he's paid his dues. I mean, I'm still a baby in the sport. I got a couple good wins under my belt, but Curtis really paid his dues. He deserves it. He deserves everything he gets, really. The title is just kind of icing on the cake for him. So I'm really proud of him. I'm honored to be even considered in the same ranks as him, really.
And you deserve it. You've got 3 really tough opponent wins in your last 3 fights, 6 in a row. So what's next for you?
I don't know. I mean, it is three solid wins. I still got some haters out there. People still doubt me. And I've come to
You're silencing them, though.
I've come to terms with it, honestly. You hear guys on the forums all the time about, he got a lucky punch, or he barely beat Diego Wilson, or he squeaked out a win here, but I mean, these are all solid wins in my opinion, and I mean, doubt me or not, I'm still doing it. So I come to terms with people are going to hate me regardless, but hey, what are you going to do?
UFC's coming. UFC's coming to town June 15th. I asked Curtis this. David Leah, head coach of Toshido, was saying that if Mike Adams win, there's a good chance he'd be able to make the next step. Is 6-1 good enough to go there, or?
I mean, I don't want to jump the gun with that. I'm still really young. I'm still a baby in the sport. So, I mean, am I ready to be at that level? In my opinion, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm fighting tough guys, and I'm doing quite well against them. But the UFC is the next step, and I have no really control over what happens with that. I leave that up to Curtis. I'd honestly like to see Curtis in there. I think he can hang with the top level guys, no problem. So I'd honestly like to see him in there. And my time will come. I mean, I'm 23 now, so I'm not in a rush. My time will come, regardless if it's this year or next year or the year after even. I'm ready whenever it comes.
So AFC's got a couple shows coming up in July, Calgary and Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've knocked off a couple now with Diego Wilson and Brent Freya, a couple bantamweights there. How about Josh Hill, who used to be the Aggression MMA champ, or Mike Adams even, who your coach just defeated. How those names interest you?
Those guys are scary. You crazy? No, I mean, again, I don't have much say in it. I leave everything up in Curtis's hands and up to the AFC guys. They make it good matchups overall, and they have great fights all the time. Josh Hill, he's a solid dude. He's 9-0, I think he is now. I mean, I would, hey, if it came to my opportunity, I would take a crack at him. But I mean, I think he's going to crack the UFC roster before I have a chance at him. Probably. I hope. He deserves it. He really does. And Mike Adams, I mean, he put on a great show against Curtis. He's a solid dude, man. He was scary. I thought it was over a couple times, but he just kept pushing it. So, I mean, whatever comes next for me, I'm ready. I mean, whoever wants to fight me, bring it on. Let's really test me. I mean, I'm ready for it.
So talk about WAMA here. You guys went 5-0 last night.
Yeah.
I think everybody won by submission.
I think so.
I think they all did. Talk about this team and their performance last night. I don't know how much you saw.
I actually was lucky enough to see most of them. Saw the Iron Pole. I think we should change the name to the Polish accordion, we like to call him. He wanted to take the fight to the ground, so I think he put the rubber legs on for a second to. He looked unconscious, but I think he was still okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he was. Mar's one of my best friends. I mean, by far, he's been with me since I started. He's the one who got me into the sport. So I mean, seeing him, get his third win in a row was really nice. So super proud of that guy. It wasn't an easy one though. He got dropped real good in the first 30 seconds there or whatever. But it was a good win. Dwight, apparently you got to beat the hell out of him before he'll submit you. I mean, he doesn't start fighting apparently till you beat the hell out of him for a couple rounds. But no, Dwight looked good. He came out really strong and threw some good punches. And then we had Milko. And Milko, we figured Stranger would be a tough guy to put away. I think we were kind of training for that with Milko for the whole training camp. I mean, how do you beat Stranger, really? He's good everywhere. Milko fought a good fight, beat him. And then I think it was just me and Curtis. And, yeah.
Well, great performance by WAMA, at AFC 16. Any friends, family, sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, lots of family. I mean, my parents have been awesome. I mean, they support me through everything. My girlfriend, all the guys at WAMA. I mean, I got Corey, Brad, Eric Perez. Who else? There's a list of guys. I'm going to forget everybody. But, I mean, Curtis, obviously, first and foremost, he's kind of the leader at WAMA, obviously. Sponsors, I got Gorilla Jack Supplements, Fresh Apparel, hooked me up with some good gear today. Hunter and Gun, always keeping my hair looking clean.
Looking fresh.
Yeah, that's good. I got Green Inspiration Landscaping. They just hopped on board for this fight, so that's really nice. Ice Time Sports, I got. I'm going to forget a couple, I know that. Mike G Solutions is my website. Check it out, louisfisette.com. It actually looks really good. Super psyched about that. Other than that, I think I've got everybody.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank
Congratulations on 6 in a row. This is Keith Grinke from Top of My News talking to Louis Fisette. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.